What up, y'all? It's your man, Abuamerican. Hey, I was having a conversation with my homie based off of this whole last video that I made with Mr. Ali Aliao. And, looking at his/her response, I have to say my friend is correct. My friend is actually someone who, I respect greatly. Of course, more Islamically knowledgeable than both me and Mr. Ali Aliao. And I want to come back to this point. This video is not going to be about Ali, but Ali did kind of inspire it with his/her, follow-up commentary. And my friend said that, you got to stop taking these people seriously. And the thing is, I really don't take a lot of these commenters seriously. And I'll come to why in a minute also. But, I enjoy the back and forth. And maybe I should find a way to not enjoy it and just get away from it. But anyway, I wanted to read this quote to you guys. And it's very famous and it's very, very well known. But nonetheless, I think it was appropriate for the situation. And I'm going to explain why it's appropriate to the situation. So, Theodore Roosevelt goes on to say, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, the man whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes short again and again. Because there is no effort without error, and there is no shortcomings. But who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, who knows great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, and who at best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with the cold, timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat." One thing I've come to notice about all the critics on my channel and the critics on other people's channels, aka the critics of anyone who produces something, be it a product or content for YouTube. So if someone creates an actual product, a car, a phone, clothing, whatever else, or a person who is on YouTube putting in actual work to create content, regardless of what it is, entertainment or Islamic or just knowledge, stuff I'm doing here, creating content, those critics never are people who produce anything themselves. I've come to realize through looking at those people's links, you go to their little avatar, you press on it, and you follow them back to their page. Those critics don't produce anything. All you'll find is a string of comments of them criticizing other people. But they're not people who produce anything. They love to criticize, but they're too afraid to create anything because they fear criticism themselves. These are people who are paralyzed by their own fears. And they hate you. They hate you as an individual because you have swallowed your fears as a content creator or a product creator, if you create a product, because if you notice someone's always hating on a product, they might hate a car for no particular reason, or a phone or whatever else, or some clothing. It doesn't matter if it's content or if it's an item, because they are doing what they themselves are afraid to do. And so what do? They come to your channel, they come to your product or whatever it is that you're producing, and they try and stop you through their fears, through their external projection of what's inside of their heart. They're upset with themselves, and therefore there's no way they can be happy with anything you do. No way. It's impossible. People like this are miserable. Misery loves company. We all know that saying. If you're out there creating anything, I don't care what it is, if it brings great value or little, do not let the critics slow you down for an instant. Those people who are most concerned with you encourage you to do what you do, but to make tact. Like, in a ship, when I'm talking about tact. Tact is when a ship, it doesn't sail in a straight line. So they have to readjust the sails and the direction of the ship to keep it going in a straight line. Otherwise, the wind will cause it to drift and you'll go off course. So when you're on an incorrect path, your friend comes to you and says, "Hey man, that last video, it was kind of out of line. You're off mark, this, that, the other." And he tells you, you need to readjust to get back on the proper path. But he doesn't tell you stop unless there's absolutely no good, or whatever you're doing is devoid of any good. Because then he wants the best for you, and he tells you, you know what, you need to go back to shore, build a new ship, and start over again. But he never tells you stop. He never tries to silence you. He never tries to take your dreams, your efforts, or your actions and say they're worthless or they're useless or they have no value. He doesn't do that to you. Not people who want good for you. They'll help you develop the ideas, concepts, products that are necessary to make you successful, or at least take you on that path, so that if you fail, you don't fail like those people who know neither victory nor defeat, who just know nothing but their misery, their failure to act upon their dreams, their wants, and their wishes. Don't let that become you. They will try and make you like them, and then the world will be worse for it. This is your man, Abuamerican. Catch me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all at Abuamerican. I'm out.